What's up, y'all? Back at it with another NT9 Talk. I'm Nicholas, and this is my papa, Carlos.
What's up?
Today, we're going to review, first loss of the season, first loss in about 16 games against the Browns.
Yep.
It was a tough game. The Browns brought it. And then we're going to preview the Monday night game
Prime
against
time.
the Vikings.
Yep.
So they can bounce back on ESPN and national television.
Right.
But we have an announcement to make. What we are going to start doing is doing post-game reviews and post-game review and reactions. And we're going to start that Monday after the Vikings game.
Yep.
So we're not going to have it on the same video anymore. So we're going to have a preview and a review in separate videos. And we're going to talk about a lot more.
Yep.
So
more details, right?
More details, more everything. So, the Browns game. Away, East Coast. The Browns brought it. Nothing to, can't discredit. Like, people are like saying, like, okay, CMC was injured, Debo, I get that, the refs. But the Browns defense really brought it. And I was really impressed on what they brought. Their pass rush was getting to Purdy he had to run out of the pocket every play, and Purdy, his worst game yet, but only lost by 2 points with a chance to win the game. So that's why these fans need to chill out. They're getting spoiled. They've won 15, 16 games in a row. Brock Purdy, his first loss.
Yeah. And
Jake Moody's just getting so much hate and slander for missing one kick. Like, they're 5-1. Chill out.
Missed 2 kicks, actually.
Well, missed 2 kicks, but
game winner.
54 yards in the rain, that's not a gimme. 40-yard.
Their other kicker missed the field goal, too.
Yeah.
But he did make the game winner.
Yeah, but I don't want to discredit the Browns and what they brought, and the Browns really, the offense moved too, but the defense, the 49ers defense was playing really good, but the Browns did move at times, which, gave them field goals that set them up for the win. What do you think about this game?
So what we talked about last week was the only way the Niners were going to lose if they didn't play to their potential.
And they turned the ball over.
Okay, so they didn't play to their potential in so many ways. Why? Because they made a lot of mental mistakes. A lot of flags, too many flags.
Second half was just second and 20s.
So how many drives did we see? Instead of first and short, it was like first and 20, first and 18, first and 20. And when you do that on the road with a good defense, with the Browns, they bring it.
They are playing at an all-time defense, like all-time
they're allowing like
defense,
the least yards. So, let's just kind of review. So mental mistakes. We said injuries. Okay, we talked about if the team came and hit us in the mouth, would we respond? We did respond in so many ways, but I think we didn't respond when it counted the most, which is with. Well, okay, let me rephrase this. They hit us in the chin, okay? And we responded. Our defense responded. Our offense did it, okay? Why? Because we couldn't move the ball as much. Yes, Purdy had a bad game, which what quarterback doesn't have a bad game?
It was in the rain with 2 of his best weapons out, which...
But again, I'll get to that in a minute. So I think play calling was very, very
iffy.
I don't know what was going on with Kyle Shanahan's play calling.
I feel when Debo got out, that's when his play calling just went down.
Well, I think they're saying that the defensive coach for the Browns, Schwartz.
Yeah, Schwartz.
Now he's 1-9 against him, so he has his number, right? But I think
8-1. He is 8-1 against Shanahan.
1-8, and 1 win and 8 losses to him.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, he got out-coached once again. But I think what I don't understand, and it's hard for me to understand, is you have weapons on the team.
They still had Kittle. They still had Ayuk.
Why didn't we use our weapons?
Kittle was targeted twice and had 1 yard.
So Purdy was pressured, yes. How many times was he sacked? I think maybe once, if that. I think once, if that. So it wasn't like he was sacked like 10 times, so we needed Kittle or any other tight end to be stay there and block. Okay? Kittle had 1 catch for 1 yard the whole entire game. Okay? When you have Debo not in the game, CMC not in the game, man, you got to be able to open it up to your other weapons.
Yeah.
Could it be that the Browns took Kittle away, completely away? Maybe. But if we're talking that Shanahan is such a, the best call player, and he sets all these plays, all these designs. I did see that the wide receivers that were in, they were making a lot of mistakes. A lot of the plays that Debo would do, they were in there and they were making mistakes. Okay, all right. But still, with all said and done, mental mistakes, special teams not playing to par, defense played pretty good. We allowed one too many deep passes. Okay, offense didn't play up to par yet. Let's not even add the bad calls, because it is what it is. I'm not blaming the refs for the loss,
because
I'm not blaming them. I'm not that type of person, unless it actually was like the last play of the game. A ref calls it and it causes the game, then I'll say that. But for now, there was just really bad calls,
and they had a chance to win the game.
With all said and done, Purdy, all we would want is Purdy to give us one good drive, put us in winning position, and to win the game. And he did that.
He did.
And that's all we could ask. Again, like in basketball, you shoot 30 times, you miss 30 times. 2 seconds left, you shoot a three, you win. Do you remember the last 30 shots? No, you don't. So it's the same thing. Purdy had not a up to par Purdy game. He drove us down the field, put us in position to win. We missed the field goal, and it happens. On that drive, though, as well, I think I was telling you, why didn't Kyle Shanahan
that was a big mistake.
Gain more yards? A lot of people are saying, well, it doesn't make a difference. 35-41, he shouldn't make the 41. I get it. But we're talking about 35, 30 yards. That's way less pressure.
In the rain.
That's way less pressure than 41. I think
on a rookie, too, who's never been in that situation to kick a game-winning field goal.
So either two things. Kyle Shanahan just got, I don't know, he panicked and just said, you know what, let's just down it and let's just kick the field goal and hopefully we win. Or I could look the other way, is let's see what this kid has, because we're going to need this type of kick later in the season and to see how he steps up.
And that's why this was like, it was an ugly loss, but it was a good loss, which they can learn from so much stuff. And like I say, like, they cannot have a perfect season. It cannot be perfect. They have to have one of these games where they have to face adversity, and when they face adversity, they will be war ready.
Yeah,
they're like ready for war.
And they didn't bend. I mean, they bended, but it wasn't. They weren't put away. Okay, even all the mistakes, all the things they went through, they were still in position to win, and that's what you could ask for any fan would ever ask, would take that. Believe me, any fan will ask from their team and say, give us a chance to win. And Purdy and the Niners gave us a chance to win. Missed the field goal, missed it by that much. By that much, we'd be 6-0 right now.
And that's a good point, what you said, that maybe Kyle Shanahan did on purpose to see what Moody had. And like, with these players, these young players, especially Purdy, he's never been in a situation like this where he has to go down the field, and he went down the field and had that final drive where
he did.
He looked almost perfect, because he had that one that should have been a pick.
Yeah.
But he drove down the field and get Moody ready.
Again, all quarterbacks have bad games. Yes. All quarterbacks.
Mahomes have been having bad games this whole season. And Purdy gets slandered
Hurts
for his weapons, but is nobody going to slander Jalen Hurts for having the best situation last year with the best offensive line, the running game they had, some of the best wide receivers and one of the best defenses in the league, but nobody's going to slander him after that because he's a first-round pick, or I think he was a first-round pick, but Tua, look at his weapons. He not getting slandered, but it's only Purdy who gets slandered, which doesn't make any sense. Well,
like, again, he's a system quarterback. Again, if he was a first-round pick, we'd be having this question or trying to defend it, but it's okay. It is what it is. So, what we learned from this game, what we've talked about, if Niners don't play up to par, they're gonna have probably a good chance to lose. Because even if they don't play up to par, you saw that they had a chance to win.
And Purdy had like negative yards passing in almost the whole second half.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to be in position to win the game, it just 49er fans should be like happy to see that, because a few years ago that's a blowout. And for them to keep in the game
Yeah.
is good for weeks to come and the playoffs and a Super Bowl run.
The only thing I can say is we're gonna need kicks like that at the end of the year.
But yeah,
and
that's
in the
fine.
playoffs.
It's practice for him. It's
Right.
getting experience.
So I just got to say, we got to continue pushing him out there and kick. But say come mid-season, come week 10, week 11, and he's still missing kicks, then I'm going to say, okay, we got to look into this. Because there are a lot of games, even Super Bowls, that are won by kicks. Right?
And Robbie Gould gave us many iconic kicks.
So, Robbie Gould, chill. I know you're chilling somewhere, but if the time comes, we might have to call on him. But you know what? It's not time for that yet.
It's not time.
I mean, we were put in position to win. That's all that matters.
And
So
that's his first.
it is what it is. Browns, you know what? I give props to the Browns. Browns just brought it up and brought it to us. And I've told you, each team that's going to play us moving forward, it's going to be like their Super Bowl because we're the top dogs right now.
They're fighting before the game. Niners
are the top dogs. So what's going to happen every time we play a team? Each team's going to come and give us everything they have to try to prove that they can hang with us. So I'm not surprised that the Browns play this way. Yes, they had a backup quarterback, but I also say they're also professionals. They also get paid, so let's not oversee anything. I don't really think Niners oversaw like they just dismissed the Browns. I think the fans did. I think the media did. They just
I personally did. I didn't see the offense doing.
I oversaw how good this defense was. Okay.
I knew they were elite, but I didn't know they were that elite.
I thought that eventually the defense was going to get tired. We were going to continue running it, continue grinding, and that's what I said last week. And eventually we were just going to go away from the game. But it didn't happen. Injuries, mental mistakes. It's a perfect storm for you not to have a successful day, and that's what happened. So, all good. Game 1, first loss of the season. We're 5-1. I'll take 5-1.
And guess who else is 5-1? The Eagles.
Yeah,
so that loss to the Jets made this loss. Everybody. It was an off game. All right.
5-1. So
5-1. So nothing to complain about.
So it is. It is what it is. Browns did their job. Hey, all power to them. So we just got to keep moving. We got to clean up the mental mistakes. Now we're going to go now on the road again. Monday night against Minnesota. This Minnesota team is trash. However,
any given Sunday, but it's a Monday.
It's a Monday. They're a trash team. I mean, we should be able to beat them. Same thing I said. We should be able to beat the Browns. But the only difference is...
Look at their defense.
They don't have the defense that the Browns have.
And they're losing their best player.
They got linebacker. The right receiver is gone. I think the outside linebacker is on IR.
Justin Jefferson is out. And they lost Dalvin Cook from last year, which they don't even have a running game anymore. So they're just going to try to pass.
And Cousins.
They need what Steve Wilkes needs. He just needs to apply some pressure, like from the very beginning. Like send 5 men. He doesn't have to be 6. They will get there in 5.
Yeah. And
just pressure him early, get him uncomfortable, and that'll just lead to picks early.
So we'll see if CMC plays, Debo plays, and William James. But to be honest with you, I feel if it was a different defense, I would be like, it's going to be tough. But because we're playing this defense, even though it's on the road, I think we could afford not to have a CMC just because we're not playing outdoors. Is this an indoor stadium?
Yeah.
We're not playing outdoors.
And with how the defense is playing,
yeah. So I think if CMC needs to rest another week, I think we'll be okay.
And luckily, it's a pain tolerance thing, so it's nothing crazy.
And they have another extra day to rest.
Yes.
But in any case, I think they're gonna play. Maybe limited snaps.
And even if it's limited, Jordan Mason has been playing 5 yards per carry on all of his carries he's getting. And Elijah Mitchell, I don't know what to say with him anymore. He's banged up all the time, and he does have big runs, but he's just injured all the time.
He's just injured all the time. So,
but some of that is probably going to come back as Dre Greenlaw, which we really missed last week, and people don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to get him overlooked from last week because Dre Greenlaw's presence in that game, if he was there,
he was missed.
So many possessions the Browns moved the chains,
missed tackles and stuff, right?
Like they blitzed, and Oren Burks, he's been playing solid, but Owen Burks not Dre Greenlaw, and he missed a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
So if Dre Greenlaw is there,
A lot of missed tackles.
a
Yeah.
lot of like when they move the chain, that's not gonna happen. Niners are getting the ball back.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty sure he's gonna play. So if he plays with this defense playing on this level, I don't see the Vikings offense doing that much. And
It's going to be tough for them. And I think we're going to get back to running, spreading the ball, getting pretty comfortable. They have one. I think they got one of their rushers. He's leading the NFL in sacks.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter.
He's leading the league in sacks. But you know what? So far this season, we haven't given up that many sacks. I think we are one of the least sacked teams in the league.
Yeah.
So,
and we finally get to see a Brock Purdy bounce back game, and the world gets to see it. So this is perfect. Like
back to back to see, how he responds from his bad game. But you know what? Here's the thing. Remember I told you he's in a win-win situation. He plays good. No one's expecting that. Because why? He's the
round pick. Last pick of the draft.
So if he sucks again this Monday, which I hope he doesn't, and which I don't think he will, it's going to be the same. Oh, well, see, he's the 7th round pick. So maybe the truth is coming out of Purdy, but it's not. I think he's shown enough, proven enough. If there are quarterbacks in the NFL, Dak, Cousins, who get praised for so many years, and they haven't done anything other than, okay, we have the stats to show for it, but they have no NFC Championship, no Super Bowls, but they get praised that they're like these elite quarterbacks, or these are awesome quarterbacks. Why is Purdy any different? If he's producing at the level he's doing, what's the difference? There is no difference. The only difference is he's only been doing it for such a short time. However, he brought his team to the NFC Championship. Can Dak say that? Can Cousins say that? No. How many quarterbacks in the league could say that? Who's been playing way longer than him? They haven't. So this game is going to come down to, you know what? Back to us being the bullies. Us being physical. Us overpowering the Minnesota Vikings. Just going back to basics. Just run it down their throat. Sorry about that we're playing our guy.
Can't bind him.
Can't bind him. Shout out. But, I mean, it is what it is. I wish him nothing but the best, but...
Yeah, he's been playing at a very high level this year. He's a high vocal point for this defense, but...
He has to have to guard.
He just tries to bring the energy, and the energy is just not there. This defense, their secondary is not bad, though. They have good safeties, they have good corners, but their defense is they're not playing at a high level.
I think we bring it back to that. Play action, Debo, Kittle. We need to get Kittle involved. I feel we need to get Kittle involved.
Just like a play action 1 yard, just bootleg and get him in space.
Get him going. We gotta get him going. We cannot have such a great weapon just catching one ball for 1 yard. Cannot.
And I know he's frustrated. I know it doesn't look like he's frustrated. He's such a happy guy, but I know he's frustrated.
He wants to help.
He wants to help the team. And
he wants to help. Yeah, he wants to help the team block. No problem with that. But at the same time,
when CMC and Debo's out,
it's like, hey, use me. I got you. So I think that's what's going to happen this week on Monday. I mean, I predict a high-scoring game on the Niners. I mean, I just don't see them not scoring that much high on this. I mean, not scoring high on this team. I see this team scoring at least. Team scoring 28 points. They go back to the 28 points, at least 30 points. Minnesota scores at least 10 points. I don't see them scoring more than 10 points. I mean, if it's a close game, that's not a good sign for our defense, because this game shouldn't be this close. I mean, we're already favored by 7 as it is. So us winning 30-10, I can see that easily. I can even see them scoring more than 30 points, up in the 40s. But I don't see them scoring any less than 20 in this game. And Minnesota 10. I think breakout player for me on defense needs to be, if Greenlaw's back, I think he's going to be all over the place. I mean, Fred Warner's is playing on a
defensive player of the year level.
I mean, he's just all over the place.
It's not all pro.
And you see our new rusher, edge rusher,
Andy Gregory, already making an impact. Got a sack and got a few tackles.
And I think because Cousins holds the ball, and then he's going to throw like 50 times. Mark my word. he's going to throw like 50 times this game.
If he throws 50 times, I'm calling 7 sacks.
Okay, Bosa and all of our guys are going to eat this Monday. All right, so the defensive line, they're going to eat. They're going to be the breakout for me on defense. Offense, I think Kittle needs to be one of those guys this Monday. He's all about primetime games too. He does well in primetime games, especially Monday night games. He does really well. So I think he's going to have another breakout game this Monday. Who do you think is going to be your breakout?
I mean, can't go wrong with Kittle either. You know, I see the Purdy and Kittle, like, you know, they've been having, especially last year, they had
a really good connection.
A lot of touchdowns, but this year it's not the same. But I see Purdy and Kittle connecting once again. And Shanahan, he has a whole week to scheme without CMC or Debo. He's scheming. He has a scheme with them, a scheme without them now. You know, it was unexpected for him Debo and CMC to come out, so maybe that was wrong with the play calling. So now he's coming in prepared for anything, and I feel he's gonna come out swinging. Yeah, I see Kittle having a touchdown or maybe even 2. Kittle showing out. Brandon Ayuk is gonna show out. Jordan Mason. I have Jordan Mason
big game, huh?
having he's gonna break a run. I see. And on the defense, you know, nothing wrong. Drake Greenlaw, can't go wrong with that either.
Yeah.
For my breakout player, I see Javon Kinlaw coming through the middle, and I see him getting a sack. And I see him making a big impact as he's been doing this whole season. And, you know, he's very under the radar right now, but this whole D-line is just going to eat, like you said. So my score prediction, I see with Kyle Shanahan, like what I just said, you know, has a scheming up without them or with them, you know, he's prepared. I see them scoring 31-13 Niners and a W. Monday Night Football.
Go back to, you know, make us 6-1.
6-1. And then after that,
and we don't even know if we might be number 1. Well, after Sunday night, there's going to be one 6-1 team because Dolphins and the Eagles are playing, and they're both 5-1. So after Sunday night, there's going to be a 6-1 team. After Monday night, there's going to be another 6-1 team. That's going to be the Niners.
Sure, got to take care of business. You know, and, you know, they didn't seem too prepared against the Browns. So you got to take care of business, as we said on our preview for the Browns. You got to take care of business. Can't take it lightly.
Can't.
So
mental. It all starts up here.
Mental. Those mistakes.
No mistakes. Flags.
12 flags for 109 yards.
Not so much that. It's just when it's happening.
Exactly.
Worst timing. So you come into Minnesota, I'm pretty sure Minnesota's going to be loud, and we're playing the Niners, and it's, oh, man, here comes the Niners. Here's our little mini Super Bowl because we're sucking right now, and if we beat the big dogs here, it's going to make us look that much better. So here's the thing. Niners, you show up like you should. You showed up, you know, in Pittsburgh. You dismantle that team. You know, so I don't see you playing any different than that. If you play like that on Monday,
I'd say it's better than Vikings.
Oh yeah, and if you show up that way, you're gonna smack this team, and you should smack this team. I expect that. Again, we don't win this game is because, again, mental mistakes. I mean, Jesus, more injuries, I guess, but other than that, you know, just mental mistakes.
Purdy, 1 interception the whole season, got his first one, so I'm not worried about him.
You know what? He gave him that interception. It wasn't like the defense stepped in front or the defense, it's not like the defense hid something and he made him look differently and he threw that interception and, oh my God, he actually threw it behind the right receiver, and was the interception.
That's how high of a level Purdy's playing at right now.
Like, you're playing...
That one interception is, oh my gosh, it's one interception the whole season where Mahomes is at like 5, Jalen Hurts is at 7, and all these high-level quarterbacks are like almost at 10 already, and Purdy's at 1.
Yep.
Playing at a high-level football, so I'm not worried about him. You know, if he's going to make mistakes, he's going to make mistakes. But I see him bouncing back in this game.
We're expecting him to be we're expecting him to be perfect, and that's not a good thing. Make mistakes, fall, get up, you know, scrape your knees.
That will show how great Brock Purdy is.
Just get back up and come back with the wrath in this game, and we'll be all right.
Yes, sir. So, Monday Night Football, nationally televised.
Let's go.
Let's make a statement. 6-1. Let's do it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below whatever you guys want.
Let us know.
Predictions. Your breakout player. Doesn't matter. We'll respond.
And remember, Monday we're gonna be doing our
review and reaction.
Our reaction for the Monday night game.
And we'll be doing that for the rest of the season and putting out more videos for you guys. So appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.
Let's do it.